Hello and welcome to Hayridge Model Rail. I'm Alan, and in this video we take a look at all the things I've been getting up to since the Christmas period. So now I'm going to make a start on a bit of practice weathering for the track while I work on some other small projects, which is designing and building the platforms, which I've made a start on, and I'm just sort of tweaking the design to make it all fit together. That's going to be cut out on the Cricut machine, so I'm looking forward to getting that done. Hopefully a trial cut will be coming soon, and I'll hopefully have a chance to video that. But for now, I've glued down some cork, and I'm going to glue down these two bits of track on top of the cork. Now this cork is an offcut from somewhere else, so it is a bit thicker, but this is mainly to practice the weathering of the track rather than the actual ballasting. I may well ballast it as well, just to get myself back into it again, just to see what technique I want to use. And I'll check in with you a bit later once I've glued down these two bits of track and the glue's gone off. So at Christmas I had to take the layout apart to make room for Christmas festivities, family. So it was time to cut the layout up and put the track joins in. And I'm pleased to say that having put them back now together with the bolts, they have lined up very nicely. I've run a train, my little 2-car DMU. I've managed to run that over the track nearest us, and it's been absolutely fine. So I'm going to do some more tests, make sure everything's working all right, and come back, and then hopefully, now we're into the new year, things will settle down a little bit, and we will be able to move on with the layout and get some scenery and everything working on it. Right, so I've been busy working on some components which are going to provide the power to the new layout. I've made up a jack to jack cable, made it 2 meters long just to give me enough length, depending on how far away the control box needs to be from the layout, for various reasons, which is obviously the white cable with the 2 jacks. I've made up 2 jack sockets so that I can plug them in. One will go into the box file, which is what I'm going to use to create the control box. That's going to house my DCC controller, the laptop, the programming track, and also I've got an ESU decoder tester, which I'm going to put in there. So it's all going to be all together so that it's everything in one box. So obviously I've got 2 of these jack sockets, one to go into the layout, connect the layout up, and one to go into the control box, which will connect to the DCC controller. And then I've got a toggle switch, which I've obviously soldered up as well. Which will allow me to change the programming track and main power track across the piece of track that I have in the box file for the controller and the decoder tester. So I can either test it as a programming track or as a main track to get some proper testing done. So that's what I've been up to, and hopefully going to get these components installed and made up in the next week or so. We'll be updating this as and when we get there. I've positioned my jack socket here. Obviously got to do a little bit tidying up on the board, on the edge. They come inside, all connected up. Now these red wires will connect together on a ferrule and they'll come down and into this knuckle connector. Little problem, I managed to catch the yellow wire that should have been on this tag here, so I'm going to have to get myself another piece of yellow wire and resolder that and put that back on, but hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Seem to have taken out the easiest one to do, thank God. So we'll get that done. I've made that a nice tight fit, but I've also just put a dab of Loctite super glue around it just to hold it in place, but it was a nice tight fit to start with. So that's looking quite tidy and smart now, so we'll get that all connected up. So I've put a cable clip in and I've used 0.75 grey ferrule to join the two cables, which is the one which supplies the link between boards and the main power for this one. So I've done the ferrules for them. Nice and easy, very pleased with the way they've come out. Easy to use, and they're going to go into the top of that knuckle connector there, and that will supply the power to the track. So all that's left to do at the moment is find a length of yellow wire and reconnect that tag. I have reconnected and resoldered the yellow wire that I broke off, so I've now got a full set of connections again that can go between the boards. Ferrule's connected. The next job will be to work on the box file, which I'm going to turn into a control box, which will house all the electronics for the DCC controller, the laptop, and the programming track and decoder tester. So we'll be working on that next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.